Modern gaming is dead. AAA killed it. Nothing's fun anymore. I quit. Screw this. I'm out. Okay, now that I have your attention, I kind of wanted to rant a little bit today because I've been noticing, I mean, I certainly am not the only one who's been noticing, but as someone who typically does not really care about whatever games are trendy, and I just already was just playing whatever I found fun, I can't help but notice more and more people are just down on AAA games in general. Thought maybe it was just, they weren't finding whatever was new and trendy fun or whatever, but then, the more you look at it, a lot of AAA games are just straight up broken, buggy, borderline unplayable. They monetize you half to death. And then the live service model means they want you to grind on it like it's a second unpaid job. Like, for example, there was the Skull and Bones, which was supposedly going to be so good, it was going to be the first quadruple A game. We all know how that went, didn't it? Or then there was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which got outsold in a month by Lethal Company, which was made by one dude in his basement. And then the Call of Duty devs got super salty about it, to the point where everybody was kind of laughing at him. Everybody's basically just like, oh, you're upset that you got outsold. Well, maybe actually make a half-decent game next time, and we'll, go to you instead. And then you have other games that come to mind, like Suicide Squad. Some people were kind of hyping that up, and then it came out, and pretty much everybody hated it. Then you had Baldur's Gate, which, while it had AAA funding, was not made by like Ubisoft or EA or like any of those kind of studios. But of course, it was so damn good, and everybody liked it, and it actually was a complete experience, and wasn't super buggy, and wasn't microtransaction you to death. That other devs were basically just saying, this shouldn't be the standard that we're held to, because they know damn well they're never going to be able to meet it, because the suits that control them are more focused on just pumping garbage out and monetizing it half to death, because that shit is apparently still profitable. But then meanwhile, you have a bunch of indie games that are not only outselling some of the AAA stuff, in the case of Lethal Company, like I said a minute ago, but then you have other ones like Hades, which has won a ton of different awards because it's just genuinely fun and a lot of people enjoy it. And then the one I've been playing a ton, which was not even a paid game, it's free, and the person that made it has said that it is never going to be like something you got to pay for, and that's HoloCure, which was just literally a HoloLive fan game of like Vampire Survivors type stuff, and it was one of the best rated games on Steam for a while. I'm pretty sure it actually still is one of the best rated games on Steam, and I've been having a ton of fun playing it. Now, and I say all this as someone who's definitely a casual. Like, I play games for fun. It's just to chill, to decompress from the day, because unlike some of these big streamers and YouTubers that get paid buttloads of money by these AAA studios to pretend to like their garbage, I have to actually work for a living, and I gotta decompress somehow. The way I do that is I either boot up like something like HoloCure and just screw around in that for a while, or I'll maybe load up Minecraft or something, just screw around in creative in that. Like, that's not very common for me though. And then on the rare occasion I do try to force myself to get back into maybe some more multiplayer stuff. At the time of recording, it's been Valorant lately, but very quickly I get reminded why I stopped playing that game, because not only do you have to grind to, get good, but I personally don't think that skill should be a factor in whether or not something is fun. I should be able to be terrible at something but still enjoy it. Like, I'm terrible at most sports, but I don't mind going out and playing just for fun to screw around. Like, am I going to end up in, pro NFL, pro soccer, pro baseball, any of that? No. God, no. I probably would barely make it onto an intramural league. Am I going to still have fun playing it just because, I enjoy it? Yeah. You don't have to be good at something for it to be enjoyable. And that's one thing I kind of hate about all the multiplayer games now, is that the only thing that all these, top players will say, just get good and you'll start to have fun. It's like, why can't I just have fun right off the rip? Why do I have to grind to get to the point? Why do I have to grind to get to the fun part? Shouldn't it just be fun right off of the rip?
You forget.
I don't know. A lot of those streamers and YouTubers are so out of touch with what it is to actually work for a living that I'm sure anything that anybody tells them about any of this kind of stuff is just going to go right over their head, because I know better. I get paid by these companies. Yeah, shut the hell up. I'm sorry, but you are so out of touch, it's not even funny. Like, stop trying to pretend like you talk for the casual gamer, because as much as you'll hate to admit it, all of these big multiplayer games that you like to play, if the casuals all quit, there would not be enough people left to justify running the servers for a lot of these kind of games. So, you know, maybe fun should actually be a priority, because then more people will want to play. Or, better yet, we can just go back to, like, making solid single-player games that are actually fun, not microtransaction you to death. None of this looter-shooter crap where you just gotta grind the same levels over and over for a different helmet with a better number on it so you can do slightly more damage the next time you grind that same room. Like, it's just getting kind of samey, and it's to the point where a lot of the indie games are basically able to look at, you know, all the samey crap that's coming out and go, I can do way better than that with this other idea that I've been thinking about doing. And then they'll try it, and then it's fun. And then the good ones tend to, you know, gain a fair bit of traction. Like, everybody was playing Lethal Company for a while. And then, I mean, it is kind of unfortunate that a lot of the indie games kind of solely get around on word of mouth. And, you know, sure, that means, you know, meritocracy, the good ones will get popular. But that might mean that there's one that you personally or I personally might really, really enjoy that gets buried underneath the landfill just because not too many people play it, so nobody really talks about it, so nobody really hears about it, and that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. I kind of wanted to just rant for a few minutes. I've just been kind of thinking about a lot of this lately, just because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it on, like, Twitter and even my news feed a little bit, so I don't know. If you want to hear me rant about more stuff, I'd be happy to do that. Like I said, you know, this is just kind of casual, just me ranting, so I don't know. If you found it interesting or whatever, you know, feel free to like, sub, all that, and I try to be fairly active in the comments, so if you have anything you want to say to me regarding this topic or my channel or anything like that, feel free to comment. Although if it's a hate comment, don't be surprised if Automod picks it up before I do. And with that, I'll let you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down mid.
I have retrieved the spike.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. "30 seconds left.
Planted the spike. Cage triggered. Cage triggered. Clutch. You forget. I always play high stakes.